Hey YouTube, Homestead Prepper, and I want to talk a little bit about rappelling, but before I get into it, this is not a how-to video. If you're interested in learning how to rappel, you need to get professional training from a licensed certified instructor. And guys, don't watch a couple videos on YouTube and go out and buy some gear and rappel off of a rock face or try and rappel off of a parking garage. This can be a very dangerous activity if you don't know what you're doing and you don't have the right gear. Now I always like to use a rescue figure eight. They make a regular figure eight that doesn't have the ears on it, but it can get hung up and you can get hung up in midair. So I implore you to never go rappelling by yourself. Always go with a group. Okay? Well, with that being said, I just want to talk about a couple of the benefits of rappelling. And if we did go into a crap hit the fan scenario, if you know how to rappel and fire rescue is not available, you having the gear and the know-how to rappel and get down to an injured friend, family, or team member, getting down there to them and being able to stop the bleeding, keep them from going into shock, stabilizing their condition might make the difference between that person living or dying until they can get professional medical help. So that right there would be a definite benefit. Oh, and just a word to the wise: if you do see somebody injured, you know, and fire and rescue is available, I recommend you call them, because if say you get certified and you jump down in a manhole or some type of man-made thing and it's not vented properly and you don't set up the blowers and you don't have the proper amount of oxygen, there'll be two people that get rescued out of there, you and the other person. So you got to know what you're doing, guys. So like I said, get professional instruction. Another thing that rappelling can do for you is, you know, if you're being pursued by someone and you have the gear and you can rappel over down a steep grade and get away from them, or, you know, off a cliff, or even, you know, out the end of a building, you know, or, you know, maybe if we're not having a crap hit the fan scenario and, you know, your building catches on fire and you have a long rope, you could save yourself literally with knowing how to rappel. Now I know a lot of y'all are saying, well, if I'm being pursued, all the enemy has to do is grab my rope and get after me. Well, that factors on a couple things. One is, does he have the gear to do it? Does he have the know-how? And if you deny him this rope right here, like I have it, I don't know if y'all can see that or not, how I have it looped around this tree, you can take your rope with you instead of tying it off. So another advantage of rappelling is, you know, what if we go into a without rule of law scenario and you have to go on the offensive? If you can literally drop in on your enemy from a place he would least suspect you coming in at, then you would gain a huge tactical advantage. So anyway, I just want to give y'all a couple things to think about. I'd like to hear some feedback from y'all and some comments. And on a personal note, the first time I rappelled, I really enjoyed it. I really thought it was great. And my friends and I, we would go to an abandoned building, like an abandoned manufacturing building, like some of y'all may know of Thatcher Glass. And we would rappel off the catwalks, landing to landing. It was just incredible fun. And I was part of a covert op one time where we paddled up the Hillsborough River and we seized the tower on the boardwalk at Lettuce Lake Park. And we did some rappelling about 2 o'clock in the morning. It was a Sunday morning. And we had our fun and we left. And we paddled back to our cars, and it was a lot of fun, and it was something really neat to do. Now, I'm not advocating doing that, and Back then they wouldn't have thought it was very funny back in the day, and now they would even think it's less funny. So you'd probably get in a lot of trouble, you know, 5 or 6 guys showing up with BDUs and paddling up the river and doing an operation like that. It would not be humorous at all, especially to the park ranger. So I don't advocate doing it. And I realize a lot of y'all are probably saying, oh my gosh, that is juvenile. That is completely juvenile. That's incredible. Well, you know what, guys? I'm not going to disagree with you that it was a juvenile thing to do. But I will say that my group, instead of us sitting around all day playing video games and smoking dope and following shade around the house, we were out doing stuff like that. Well, I'd like to hear y'all's feedback. This is the Homestead Prepper out.